Welcome back into the Sports Source. This final segment of our show, the final verdict portion of our show, brought to you by, appropriately enough, the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. If you need legal advice or legal help, turn to the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill before you do anything else. And between the hours of 8:30 and 5:30 each day, you're going to get through to a person, not an answering machine. You'll get through and you'll start to get your questions answered. You'll start to find some peace of mind. Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. All right, guys, before we get into this, I want to do a little housekeeping type stuff. Next week on our show, we're going to talk about what happened to SEC football. We'll take a little inside look, numbers-wise maybe, discuss what has been the problem with SEC football. Last couple of years, haven't won the national championship. This year, kind of a nosedive for the SEC West. Do we have any ideas or pet theories on what is going on? We'll also start talking Tennessee basketball as SEC action gets underway. We'll be back with our full media panel. Also, Houston Fancher and Mark Pankratz will be here. So basketball, football next week, and we move on from there. And tonight, here on Channel 6, you can watch 6 Sports Sunday powered by the Sports Source with Michael Spencer and then our own Sterling Hinton, Will Overstreet, Josh Ward. That is tonight at 11:35. All right, Chuck Cavaleris down there. We talked about Tennessee's 2015 schedule a little earlier. We looked at who's a favorite, who'd they be an underdog against. I want to know where you're setting the Cavaliers line, the over-under line for victories in 2015.
Well, John, when we looked at this, I think the 2015 schedule gives Tennessee the chance to start strong and finish strong. And I like playing Kentucky more towards the middle of that season. The Cavaliers line is brilliant, as usual. 8 wins.
8 wins, so you're not putting a .5 anywhere in there. You're
No,
going to start
0.5.
8 wins. All right, guys.
Wins.
Over-under.
Over-under's 8. I see. I'm going to push.
I'm
exactly what I said.
I'm saying 8.
I think 8. I agree. It's a push.
That's good.
Are you going to have to change it?
Okay, I'll make it 8.5, just for you.
Oh, then I'm going to say not cover. Then I'm going to go under.
8.5.
All right, I'm going to say not going to cover more than 8.5.
Why don't you make it 7.5? Because
Yeah,
I
I know.
think 8 too. So I'm going to go with much better football team, but not cover the 8.5 wins.
Okay, let's just say this. I think 8.
Yeah.
I think 8.
I'm going with 8. I'm going with 8 also.
I'll go
I
with
go with 8, but I said the bowl game, I think you get 9.
Okay. Sterling?
You play to win the game, baby. You play to win the game. 12-0, baby. Let's go.
Look at Bobby.
He's crying out loud. You kidding me?
I will.
No one wants the guy in front of
I'm going
Sterling.
to
Season, man.
I'm going to go with 8 wins in the regular season plus a bowl. I think they get to 9.
Yeah, they can get to 9. Depends on who you face. Chuck?
Yep. I mean, I
say
think
8.
it's real. But here's the thing. And I've already heard people saying Bowling Green's an automatic win. I don't think you underestimate anybody on that schedule, especially starting out. And, hey, Stoops, come on and bring Oklahoma to Knoxville.
The next step in the progression is you knocked off Iowa. The next step is to start knocking off the SEC teams that you should knock off. You got to start taking care of business in the conference. That's the goal for next year. I think 8-4 is a fair goal for next season. All right, I want to thank all these guys all season long. Thank you guys very much for being here. A lot of fun we had. We'll see you next week with some basketball stuff. I just want to end by saying these guys were really, really happy with that Vol win. See you next week.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
The views expressed in this forum do not necessarily reflect those of WATE 6 or of 6 Sports. This has been a paid program.